Hey everyone, I just wanted to take a few minutes. I took a hike on my backcountry ski route that I'm mapping out again, and I reached the summit again. Took a different way this time, and I was realizing that this is the third different way looking at my GPS that I've come up here to the summit, and I was thinking about that philosophically here up at the top, and I just wanted to share some thoughts with you. And I realized this last one, I came a little farther around in a different direction because I was scouting out some places that I can ski down once the snow falls. And as I was ascending up to the summit this time from this new location, there was a pretty big rock face in front of me, and there was just no way I was going to be able to climb up it. It was definitely in my way. And I could go back around the other way, which I knew I could, but I decided to take a look to see what I could kind of find around in the new way that I haven't explored yet. And eventually I found a clearing and a path where I could take the steepness and come up and kind of in the clearing there between the rocks, and came across a new way, and there I was, and made it back here to my little spot up here. And I'll give you a quick. Oh, it doesn't look like I can switch the camera around here once I've started, but give you a little bit of a view. It's kind of smoky today. It's not the best air quality today, but anyway. So I was thinking, about this climb to the top, right? And a couple things struck me. Is one, there's no one way to the top. I've gone three different ways now and three different routes, and each time I got here, but each time there were different things in my way, different obstacles, if you were. And each time I found a way to get around them. And some of those obstacles were even me. And being the third time up here, it was a lot easier physically than the first time. But all of these things along the way, I wanted to stop. And I'm like, I'm mapping out the ski planes right now. I don't need to go to the summit today, but that was like my back door, right? And how many times do we have a back door in our goals? And the cool thing about this is I've been up here now three times. I've hiked up three different ways, and then I walk back down to the very bottom, and then I come back up to the very top. And each time I take a different path. And I started thinking about my own path in where I was, at the summit a few years ago, and then tumbling down to the bottom of the mountain, literally, right? With a brain injury and skiing in backcountry off trail, and then my climb back. And I'm certainly not at the summit right now by any means, but it's a totally different way that I'm doing it, and it's a totally different way to get up here. And I noticed that the only thing that really kind of rings true about all of this is there's always going to be something blocking you from getting there. There's always going to be an excuse. There's always going to be an obstacle, whether it's us and our own self-talk, or physical or mental condition, or literal roadblocks in front of us, right? But even with all of those things, there's a way. And it's refreshing to me to know, because I've been thinking about that a lot, about how do I get to where I want to be with what I have right now, which isn't much, right? I don't have a team. I don't have the finances in place. I don't have the credit. I don't have really anything that I had before when I was forging my way to the top. So it was really kind of interesting. But the other thing that I thought about with that is that there's nothing interesting about being up here at the top. I mean, the view is great, right? But if a helicopter put me here, it wouldn't have been the same experience. Like, there's something about me being up here in the way that I got up here, right? And that's what makes being up here rewarding. And that's what makes being up here so special for me, is that I got here, that I did it, that I found my way, right? And I'm overcoming some health things, and I'm overcoming some physical things, and I'm overcoming even the mountain itself, right? And those obstacles. And I realized I was looking out at the other peaks in the area, and I'm like, well, why not that one next? And I thought that was really cool, about how, I could get comfortable and I could find my way up here over and over and over again. Now I've proven that, but it's not that interesting. So what's next? But the journey up here was the coolest thing. And last time I was up, I know some of you saw pictures. I saw deer and coyote and owl, wild horses, and all these fun things. And all of that, if a helicopter put me on the peak, I wouldn't have seen. And even today, just navigating a new way to get up here, that's what I'm celebrating up here. That's what I'm giving myself congratulations because I did it. I did it, right? It's not about being here, it's about getting here. And I think that that's really refreshing to me too. I'm going to have a challenging couple of weeks ahead of me, I know, with some of the things that's going on in my life. And um, but it's about how do I get here, and how do I just put all that behind and say, yeah, whatever. That's the rock face I got around today, right? There's still another way to the top, even from where I am here. And then when I get to that top, I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to build that comfort zone. I'm not going to say, yeah, well, okay, this is my place and that's it, because there's other hills and peaks to climb and other summits to reach. And I think the biggest thing is just keep going. Don't quit. Today I definitely felt like at one point I'm like, well, you know what? I wasn't planning on reaching the summit today anyway. I was planning on mapping some things out. But at another point, I'm like, no. I want to keep going. I want to keep going even though I'm tired. And my right leg's not working all that well today from some of the symptoms. But you know what? It's just about, okay, fine. Well, you know what? I'm going to do it anyway. And it really kind of falls down to that so what, not what. Yeah, so what? So what? I fell down to the bottom of the mountain. I'm climbing back up. And I'm nowhere near the summit of where I want to be in my life. But you know what? I'm climbing back up. And this journey is helping me. Every step, all the struggles, all the challenges, all the I don't want to call them failures, but lack of success, right? Those are all brilliant teachers for me. And I just need to keep that mindset and stay focused on that, focused on my goals and not the stuff that's in between. Because if you focus on the stuff in between, you'll find enough reasons to quit. But I can tell you one thing, the view is pretty spectacular once you get to the top. And there's some peaks in the background now that I'm like, you know what, that's what's next for me. So I hope that this inspired you in some way, shape, or form. And if not, I just hope you enjoy the view. I know I do, and it's about 50 degrees up here right now, so it's absolutely gorgeous. But I'm just going to take in the birds and the view and the quietness and do some meditation, but I wanted to share. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.